you always been like this, boy. I say left, you say right. I say become a doctor. You say become a patient. I say, who is that?
Hello, Missy. Wow, Franklin. You never told me that you had a sister.
I'm Denise, Franklin's housemate.
And Aunt, my mother's old dried up ass.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up!
Hello, welcome to my review of the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 5 developed by Rockstar North. Grand Theft Auto 5 is set in the heavily inspired Los Angeles city, Los Santos, and primarily centers around the protagonist Michael, a retired gangster who has traded in his life of crime for the quiet life of being a husband and father of a highly dysfunctional family in witness protection.
You know, you're a real asshole. What did you just fucking say to me?
Stop it! You two, you're ruining my fucking yoga!
Meanwhile, while Michael is doing his best to stay out of the life, Franklin, the game's second protagonist, is looking to get out of the petty crime world of the ghetto and up his ranks as a more professional criminal.
I'm cool. You cool? Cool what? Slinging dope and throwing up gang signs?
Once Franklin and Michael cross paths, they quickly form a friendship that centers around their love of crime. However, their actions quickly escalate and end up forcing Michael out of retirement.
The rebuild will be somewhere in the 2.5 million range.
Of course.
However, Trevor, the third and final protagonist, hears of his old best friend's whereabouts, Michael, and returns to Los Santos to reunite with his old friend, making Michael's life even much more chaotic.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I bet it is.
One of the many upon many elements that have always been special in the Grand Theft Auto games is its use of satire of American culture and its overall humor. GTA 5 is quite possibly the most funny and clever out of its long series, and with its brilliant use of satire, GTA 5 cleverly pokes fun at a variety of ongoing social issues that plague our culture today and can easily be seen as a great introduction to in-depth conversations.
I can't legally tell you to do this, but do it.
And where the writing also stands out is in some of its characters. Besides Franklin, who could have used a little bit more development, Michael and especially the sociopathic Trevor, who I believe is one of the best characters to ever appear in a GTA game, are very well written and greatly voice acted by Ned Luke and the brilliant Stephen Ogg.
Don't you ever not tell me things I want to know!
However, as brilliant as some of the writing is, some of the dialogue could have used a little bit more touching up, but unfortunately the true blemishes lie within the 2 of the 3 game endings. The main conclusion isn't exactly the definition of an ideal finale of a game of this scale, but for the most part it works perfectly fine. However, the other 2 endings are poorly written with some horrendously cliched dialogue that seem more like an afterthought.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Luckily, as I suggested, these 2 endings are merely side options to anything else. However, if one were to choose such endings, one would be very easily disappointed. In conclusion, even with all that said, Grand Theft Auto 5's story is great for a video game. However, where it truly excels like no other game I've played in recent memory is in its gameplay. I don't believe I've ever played a game that's so immersive and had such a convincing illusion of a living, breathing city as much as Grand Theft Auto 5's. Los Santos looks exquisite, and given the overwhelming scale and activity of the world, forgive me, this sounds hyperbolic, but Grand Theft Auto 5 is by a nice little margin the best looking game I've played this console generation, and with this use of lighting effects, it looks breathtaking.
That I could not have said better myself.
But besides the graphics and the gameplay, there's an overwhelming amount of side content that, from what I played, is actually a lot of fun. There are strangers and freaks missions that, unlike past GTAs where one could easily tell were tacked on bonus content, these diverse missions actually feel as if they belong and are pretty easy to get sucked into. But besides the side missions, there are a variety of fun little mini games to play, like tennis, golf, street races, dirt bike races, jet ski races, skydiving, hunting, darts, almost anything one can think of is in this game. And what also bears mentioning is some of the customization options. The player can customize the character's attire as well as hairstyles, while also customizing vehicles and weapons. But getting to the meat of the gameplay's main course, the missions, unlike past GTAs where variety is indeed present but at the same time is a little left to be desired, Grand Theft Auto 5 will easily keep the player invested with its variety of missions. It's not all just shoot 'em up, and because of this, I never once got bored. One of the great standouts is of course the heists. Now some will be disappointed to discover that these missions are somewhat sparse and are not as influenced by choice as Rockstar had initially implied, but with that said, these missions are tense and are just downright cool as hell. Now if you're a fan of heist movies like I am, then you're going to fall right in love with this. Unfortunately, as much of a fanatic that I am of GTA 5, I do have some problems with the gameplay. The new way of using stealth to evade the cops is neat, but if I execute someone at a place like Mount Chiliad, a cop will just magically appear out of thin air. It can get a little annoying, for there are no bushes or alleyways to hide in. but the main problem I have with the cops is the way they are still using guns at a 1-star wanted level. If I get into a non-life-threatening fight, steal a car, skip out on a cappy, or just talk petty shit to a cop, the police will pull out their guns and start shooting. It's a problem I found to be redundant, unbalanced, and it desperately needs to be fixed. As for the last and final problem, which is more of a nitpick, GTA 5's world is so convincing and immersive. However, when seeing paramedics rush to a dead body, declare the person dead, and walk away from the body as if nothing had ever happened, the illusion does start to wear a little thin. There are other small instances such as this that did pull me out of Grand Theft Auto 5's otherwise engrossing world. But again, I see these small issues as nitpicks. However, I just hope such issues will be fixed in time for the next installment of this groundbreaking series.
You forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
One of the other things I've always loved about the Grand Theft Auto games is its soundtrack, and Grand Theft Auto 5 is absolutely no exception.
Don't come close. I don't want you to see
There are 17 radio stations to suit the player's personal taste, whether it's talk radio, country music, pop music, rock music, alternative, electro, hip-hop, reggae, or indie music. It's all there, and from what I've listened to, I like it all. It's all good stuff. And finally, I've already referenced the great voice acting, but I'll say it again, it's all superb, and especially Stephen Locke, who seemed to have had the most fun voicing Trevor.
You can jerk me off if I get bored. I'm joking. You can suck me off.
But the other high point is GTA 5's use of sound design. The bullets blasting out of a gun sound great and realistic, and so do the engines of the variety of vehicles. It's definitely a big step up from Rockstar North's previous GTA. Overall, Rockstar North has taken yet another innovative step in not just open world style games, but in all of gaming. There really is no competition. Rockstar has proven yet again that no one, and I mean no one, can create a sandbox style game like them. Despite some of the small issues I have with this game, Grand Theft Auto 5 is incredible, and just like the other two games that have come out this year, BioShock Infinite and The Last of Us, Grand Theft Auto 5 is now too one of my personal favorite games. I gave Grand Theft Auto 5 an overly deserved 5 out of 5. It is indeed a masterpiece. So yes, Grand Theft Auto 5 is amazing. I don't even have to tell you that because you already own it. I'm really pleased that it beat Call of Duty's record because unlike a game that keeps on doing the same damn thing year after year, no matter it's Treyarch or Infinity Ward, it's the same damn thing. Unlike Grand Theft Auto 4 and to 5, where it's actually a huge, significant difference. It's not the same old shit. Same old crap, same old graphics, same old engine. This is something that's different. It's much better than the previous, and that's how you make a sequel. You just don't shut out the same damn thing to make money because that's kind of shitty. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching my review. I'm Colyn Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.